So guys, do you think a professional nurse would really kill people just because they are foreigners? Hello Sanibonani, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Please do not forget to subscribe. It is absolutely free. So guys, I feel like I've been doing a lot of videos today, but all of them are just so necessary. There is so much that is happening in our country. There is so much that we need to talk about. It's like every minute another message, every minute another information. My heart just sank, guys. A friend of mine sent this very worrying message about what the South African nurses are allegedly saying. So he is in Uganda and he got this message, which is apparently now trending within Uganda, and I think it will have reached other African countries as well, and it is very worrying. I'll read the message for you and I'll also put it somewhere here. It says, I am a nurse working on the COVID front line. I don't think twice about taking a ventilator from a foreigner and giving it to a South African. And then some people in this WhatsApp group are saying things like, I agree, thank you, patriotic citizen, let's save our own, we don't have any other country, asibonge lapho, salute, they are taking space that is needed by our own. So guys, do you think a professional nurse would really kill people just because they are foreigners? That is the question I have. Number two, do you really think that there are no checks done in hospital? There are no reports written about what's happening? I'm not saying nurses are perfect. I'm not saying everything that's happening in hospitals is perfect. But it is so impossible. And we must also remember that a lot of our doctors are from foreign countries. A lot of our doctors are from other African countries. So if it was protecting or being abusive towards foreign patients, that would just not be allowed. And they would not be able to get away with that. It is just scary. Personally, I do believe that this is nonsense. It does remind me of those messages that were circulating, that were trending on Twitter and other social media platforms, from that person who was alleging to be a Tracy Zill, who was saying a lot of things only to be found to be a man from Africa. I think this is just someone who's trying to get us back to a dark period as South Africans with our brothers and sisters from other African countries. Guys, if you have seen this message, this is nonsense. There is no way it can happen. And I have spoken to some of my friends and family members who work in the medical profession, and they also assured me that there's no way such a thing could happen. It just cannot happen. Their last concern is where a patient is from. They are there to help and save lives, not to kill people based on which country they come from. Some of our nurses are even married to foreign brothers or foreign sisters. So this is just nonsense. And not everyone who works in a South African hospital is a South African. We have a lot of foreigners. You know how many Cuban doctors we even have. How would they allow nurses to come and say, no, I had to take a ventilator from bed A and take it to patient 72 because patient 72 is a South African and the other one is not a South African? It just doesn't make sense. It will never happen. In fact, let me play you a voice note from my sister who works in a hospital, and she specializes in the COVID-19 wards, ICU wards, and she will tell you exactly how it works in a hospital.
In response to a very disturbing message, which seemed to be amongst people whom I doubt are nurses, it was something about a ventilator that's being taken from a foreigner and being given to a South African. There is utter disgusting untruth surrounding the matter. I happen to be a South African nurse who happens to work in an ICU. I take my job very seriously, and as nurses, we are governed by a code of ethics. There is no nurse alive who has a right to extubate a patient and give to another patient without a direct instruction or order from a medical officer. We have a nurse's pledge of service. This pledge of service we recited when we passed our nursing profession, and we recite it each time we remind ourselves of our duty in nursing. And I would like to recite a few lines which describe just how important our nursing profession is. It says, I solemnly pledge myself to the service of humanity and will endeavor to practice my profession with conscience and with dignity. The total health of my patients will be my first consideration. I will not permit consideration of religion, nationality, race, or sexual standing to intervene between my duty and my patient. I will maintain the utmost respect for human life. I make these promises solemnly, freely, and upon my honor. Our role as nurses is to maintain life. I stand firm. There is no nurse alive who would directly do that to any patient. We have what we call a nursing process. That's where we document each nursing action that we do. Let's say now she were to extubate a patient, a foreign patient, like the message says. She were to extubate a foreign patient and give the ventilator to a South African patient. What would be her interim entry be? Who would she say that that order was given by? I take my nursing very seriously, and this message angers me so much because it'll just bring about xenophobic attacks, which is unnecessary. At this point, we are dealing with a pandemic. We should all come together and try and fight this, not to just circulate messages which look down upon our profession.
So, dear friends of mine, please let us stop believing everything that we hear or we see circulating on WhatsApp groups. I can write something now and then start sending it around, and then people will believe. These things, some of them are just people who are just not happy when they see us get along. They are not happy when they see us fighting for the same cause. We have a bigger battle to face right now. We are not fighting one another, and our nurses are not in a space to be doing that. Professionally, it's not allowed, and I do not think in hospitals you just do something and you don't report. When you remove a ventilator, you have to report, you have to write down, you have to tell your seniors, you have to tell the doctors why you did that. This is just nonsense that is trying to divide us. Let us remember that divide and rule. We have bigger things to fight for. We have bigger problems that we need to be talking about and trying to solve as brothers and sisters of the continent. So let us not allow such things to really disturb our peace. The things we should be questioning are things that are happening, things that are done by our African leaders. The things we should be questioning are these vaccines that have been given to our people. The things we should be questioning are these graves that they are digging for us. We have bigger things. Let us focus on what is happening, what is killing us, and stop hating each other and stop fabricating lies about what is happening in South Africa. Let us stop allowing ourselves to be divided just because of these lies that people are just fabricating. Divide and rule is something we really have to be careful of. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please make sure that you share it or you share the information that is in here. There is no such that is happening in South Africa. South African nurses are not killing any foreign nationals. I love you guys. One love. Let us continue to pray for our continent. Let us continue to fight and get back what is ours and get back the land. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos. Subscription is free. Mahala.